Hello, everybody. Look how cool. And Johnny. Look at Johnny. Wearing
I tried to bring the fabulous today.
You brought all the
Johnny knew
fabulous
the
today.
assignment.
Today and every day.
I just didn't have orange glasses. That is the only thing.
Oh, no. Awesome. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Normally I am here every day, but normally we do political readings. But today we are casting ourselves into the future, and we are since it is my 50th birthday, we are going to look 50 years in the future. I don't know if I'm going to be there or not. I will or I won't.
Happy birthday. The 50s are great.
Thank you.
The 60s are even better.
Awesome. I like it. All right. Thank you, guys. So we have got Johnny, of course, and Tara's apprentice. We have got the lovely Celtic Tarot Sheila. Sheila's here. And we have the wonderful Jenlyn for Jenlyn Tarot here as well. Thank you for being here. All right. So it's kind of freaky to be thinking about 2071, to be honest, because growing up in the last 3 decades,
with your tower on the bottom, I just see of your deck that you're holding. What's the bottom?
Yeah. All right, let me find a nicer card.
We're starting off well.
Come on, no, not 10 of Swords. Come on. All right, Chariot. Okay, we're going Chariot.
That's good.
In growing up in the last 3 decades of the my first 3 decades being the last 3 decades of the 20th century, the year 2000 was a big deal. Hello, sweetheart. The year 2000 was a big deal, where everything was all about the future and year 2000 and the year 2000 and the year 2000, and then we got there, and remember Y2K. And oh my gosh, everything could break down. It could be the worst ever.
And now we're in 2021 and JFK Jr. and JFK and Robin Williams and everybody's back.
Right.
Apparently, Donald Trump is a blood relative of JFK, and that's the reason why. I mean, it's crazy.
Donald Trump is the son of General Patton.
That's right, son of General Patton. Yeah,
he's the son of General Patton, who is a direct descendant of Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
And let's not forget Keith Richards.
I haven't heard the Keith Richards.
I hadn't heard the Keith Richards either. Is he thrown in there?
Because they didn't show up at noon in Dallas. He was supposed to show up at the Rolling Stones concert that night. And there's a family connection to Keith Richards. It's like, okay, well, Keith Richards looks older than JFK at 104.
So Keith Richards, who was there with Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Please tell me that Q is not going to be in 2071.
And Becca is here. Becca. From House of Lenormand, looking like $1 million as always.
Hi. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Happy birthday to you, Autumn.
Thank you. We're talking about how growing up since my first 3 decades were the last 3 decades of the 20th century. The year 2000 was such a big deal. And ding, see, and the changes. Those of you who don't know, I have a book coming out December 4th, and it is the series is called Mysterious Inn. Go ahead.
Do you have an arc for that?
Not yet.
Can I get an arc, please?
Of course you can.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I will make sure to review it on Goodreads.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I was thinking about, because I write fiction. That's been an ongoing thing, for most of my life. When you have in your chart, you've got Neptune conjunct Mercury and Venus chances are that you're going to probably love to write some fiction. Anyway, but the thing about the mysterious is I wanted to write something very accessible, just let's do a murder mystery. And then I was thinking, all right, and where could I set it? Okay, I don't know, maybe an inn or something. Now I just need to pick a subgenre. Is it going to be people coming and going? Is it going to be, like some people do, because it's a cozy mystery. It's not heavy anything. Is it going to be, some people will do crosswords or knitting or, something as a sub, or, and I'm thinking through all of it. It's like, well, which subgenre? Because there's so many. And my brain very unhelpfully said all of them. And I was like, how could I do all of, oh, wait. So thank you guys. Thank you in the chat for the super chats. I'm thank you. But anyway, so what I have is these people are being, and this is related to the time thing. These people are being, it's a set group of people, and there are two people who are always what's called awake, who know what's going on. But they basically, everything changes at the end of each book, and they wake up kind of, and they are suddenly, the whole group, the whole inn is either in like 1971, 1931, 1901, all these different points. And I'm pulling in all kinds of subgenres. The one in 1971, Dark Inn, it's like a gothic novel, but a murder mystery. But they're all supposed to be humorous. But the one from 1931 is more of like a noir kind of thing. The one in 1951 is kind of like Clue. And in going through this and outlining out some of these books, I realized that really what I'm kind of grappling with in my own mind and my own subconscious is how much things have changed. I mean, the difference between 1700 and 1750 is nothing compared to 1971 to 2021.
Look at 1951 to 61. I mean, it's just crazy. And the 61 to 71, like crazy.
Well, just in recent history, the 90s, and then into the early 2000s, we didn't even have internet. We had, remember dial-up when you had to use your phone line and then you couldn't be on there too long in case somebody called you? Remember that?
Fax machines.
Fax machines. Oh my God. Maybe the fax machines. So I realized that I am grappling with all of the in Dark Inn. Not really a spoiler, but has to go to court to protect her inheritance of the inn, the main character. And the judge is like, oh, basically, honey, you should get yourself a man and you should be raising babies. You'd be much happier. Of course, this rich man over here should own the inn. The one set in 1941, it's an alternate World War II where there are actual Nazis in Wisconsin, where this is set.
Still
Yes.
So, in grappling with all of this and the changes, and trying to think 50 years from now makes my head spin, because we have everything from climate change, but matters of equality. And I mean, there's just this huge, there's technology, there's CRISPR, gene splicing. There are loud kitties. Yes. Did I not put your blanket
televised kitties live?
Yes, televised kitties. Come here. Over there. There's your blankie. Okay. Hopefully that will take care of that. Sorry. So, yeah, Well-Being and Health says 1899 to 1920. Think of the changes in fashion. Oh, yeah. Take a woman from 1900. Take a woman from, take a flapper from 1925. Scandal. So, so anyway, we're going to have a look at this. I just thought that this could just be crazy stuff. Who knows? But at the same time, there are the classics. And I was looking at I saw some photographs today. There was an article about Natalie Wood, and there's some photos of her that could be someone today. There's nothing that dates it. And so there are things 50 years from now that are going to be just like, oh, okay. Things that
look at the corset. Like we just wear them on the outside of our clothes now instead of on the inside.
Yes. All right. So let's get down to the questions. Susan had a question. With politics and climate change and all, where are the best places to live in the U.S. and the world? Where will the best places to live in the world? Are we all going to be going, hello, Canada? Can we move in?
Everybody go to Kansas, not Colorado. There's nothing here for you.
And thank you guys.
The whole world, right?
Yeah. And thank you guys for the super chats. I will go through. I'll be thanking you in the comments below. It's hard for me to juggle so much, but I'm so grateful, and I'll be reading through all the comments later in the chat and underneath the comments. So thank you.
Your moderators are nailing it. They're thanking everybody for you.
Thank you. And Lucky Girl's here. All right. Is anybody ready?
Deserts. I get deserts would be the better places to live. Somewhere, I get the death card where everything is sort of dead. When you introduce, though, a new climate is not weather. When you introduce a new climate to a place, things change. Not always for the best, but things change. So I get the death card first thing, Judgment and the Six of Cups. There's also the art of terraforming. So this is not something where you need to be stuck in a place for a long period of time. So you don't have to go to the desert, but you do need to know how to geoengineer the place you live back to the way it used to be. They keep trying to send us to Mars. If you can turn Mars into Earth, as they say, you can turn Earth into Earth. So you got the Judgment card going back, Six of Cups, to the way things were, to the way things were better, because this is the only place you can live at the moment. So that's what I get. You just need to combat the thing that you have been sowing for so long. Seven of Pentacles, Five of Wands. Whatever it is that you have been building, mind you, climate change is not an overnight thing. This is an overtime thing. So it can be reversed. It can be changed. You just need the right people with the right motivation.
Well, I start out with the birthday card on the bottom here. So happy birthday from Spirit. Yeah, there's going to be problems, but things will be changing. And I get, especially here in America, like we're going to be working hard on it and trying to make some improvements, new beginnings. And I feel like dams are going to be working on. So like the whole infrastructure thing and trying to conserve water, partnerships, communal living will be more important. But I feel like overseas, like, for those that are overseas and traveling and everything, I feel like they're pretty secure. I keep hearing New Zealand. I just feel like it's a beautiful country. It's very clean already. Somewhere that's like more of an island. I keep hearing New Zealand.
Johnny would be happy with that.
They don't have any snow.
Oh,
sorry. They do on the southern island.
It's a very small place, and I don't want to go to a small place just to see snow. I can see it here. I'll be dead by 2071 anyway. So I don't really
We don't know that. No, but that's the thing. We don't know that.
I
We don't
do.
know
I'm psychic. But that is
Right.
true.
Right. We are 100% accurate. No. Sheila, what are you getting over there?
Well, I got something really interesting, as my cards do all the time, that kind of tell me a backstory.
Mhm.
And it says right here, I got the Six of Cups, which a lot of times is old friends or the past returning. So, and then we got the Ten of Swords, where they're going to fight for the climate. I got the Nine of Swords, where the suffering is going to happen, and then defending the territory, right? So it looks like there is a battle coming, no doubt in my mind. However, there is a new message and a new proposal, and then the opportunity of in implementing that. And somebody who, the Empress, somebody who is in charge, is going to help us out, or going to change. Something is going, a person of, because I got the King of Swords as well. The person of influence is going to absolutely get in power, or what have you, to help us out with this. And then we have the Six of Pentacles with generosity. Then generosity kind of makes me think that like if the United, since all of this is going on, we finally get to a point where we're supporting our Earth, and the other countries are like, okay, since you guys are on board with us of fixing the Earth, we're going to have generosity. We'll accept you into our borders until things are changed. And so it didn't give me like a specific spot. It just said anything other than your spot that you're at. You know what I mean? It's like the middle of the earth kind of a situation. But it does look like we're going to get a better way of doing it. And then we have generosity of the rest of the country who does have space is going to allow us in. It's like scattered all over the place. So that's what I got.
Thank you. What are you getting,
You're
Becca?
welcome.
I'm getting somewhere warm where there may be small patches of grass and some ingenuity that's been done to the environment. Also, a place that may have a lot of energy that brings them opportunity. I don't know what type of energy that is. It could be solar energy or just energy as we know it, like oil, maybe, because it's energy. But there's some sort of ingenious contraption that's there or around there that brings opportunity. So that's what I'm getting. So.
Okay. I've read on this before, and because this is different from the cards I got this time. I've read on this before, and I kept seeing big machines that were basically CO2 catchers, and but the main thing I'm getting is basically a message from Spirit, and that is, I got the World card, which is we're in this together. And it may seem like, okay, if we go north, it'll be better. If we go here or there or the other, it'll be better. But ultimately, we are one of those closed terraniums. There's nowhere else to go. But what I've got, the cards are beautiful. I have got us starting to push more and more to help the environment. I have younger people coming up who are, I'm getting a very minimalist mindset, a more communal mindset. I'm not saying that nuclear families are going to disappear. I'm just saying a much more open and simple, less focus on materialism, more focus on technology, actually, and technology simplifying life. And spending time with people, and not like wearing clothes that are guaranteed to disintegrate in, a reasonable amount of time, and on and on. So all of this, and most importantly, the red cloaks having to walk away. Just go away. Just go away. You're not welcome here. We're not listening to you. Go away. We have all these cups here. We do. That's how we do here. So. That I'm just happy to see that. So,
because they keep saying that just because there's someone with another argument does not mean that their argument is valid. Therefore, we do not need to have a conversation. We need to start the conversation at what to do about climate change, not does it exist. When you start having back and forth with people who say it doesn't exist, you're fighting the wrong fight. Because you're going to go in that loop forever. Because now that's he said, she said, your argument's no stronger than mine. Actually, mine is, because I'm dealing in facts and you're dealing in fear. So how about we start the conversation with people who want to do something about it instead of the people who just want to deny it exists.
Well, Johnny, we could always go the Louis Gomer route and just change the moon.
Oh, God.
Right.
Not the moon.
Anybody have a lasso? I'll get right on that.
Move the moon. Let's just push it over there. God.
Just
Stick
move
it under the bed.
It's just like nuking a hurricane. Apparently
Right.
that works too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Mhm.
make
I don't
money.
believe in climate change, but I believe that I can control the weather.
Who nukes wind? Why do you want?
Windmills give you cancer, Johnny.
God, dog. Just
That whole thing, my brain just immediately went to Space 1999. It was a TV show. I loved that show. I didn't discover it until later in life, but yeah, the moon flies off and they have their little adventures. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, we're moving on to a kind of a combination. Joe Ty and Rhonda Cox. Joe's question was, how will it feel to turn a century old at that time? But Rhonda Cox's question was, will there be technology for us to live longer? Or, I won't spoil any movies, body transfer, or, because I don't know that, I would think I will not be here for the tricentennial. I was here for the bicentennial. I don't think I'll be here for the tricentennial. But with technology doing what it's doing.
Well, I want my 20-year-old body back if that really happens. I want to go to the store, get the...
Yeah.
Start bringing some people out of cryogenetics or genics or whatever. Start bringing them out.
Yes, Kathy Anderson, moon base alpha. Exactly. Anybody's got an answer, just jump in.
so here's the thing. So living longer, okay. You could live a very long time, but what state are you in?
Mm-hmm.
Because brain dead is not the same as the rest of your body dead, and the rest of your body dead and your brain could have no activity, or some vice versa. But the Eight of Swords and the Page of Wands, there is a limitation upon the widespread of keeping people alive. It's not financially possible for everyone with the Five of Pentacles. This is keeping somebody alive costs a lot of money. And will we be able to live longer or cheaper? No, not as of this reading anyway. But there is here with the turning of 170 years, the Ace of Wands and the Moon. So there is some sort of new way of life. It will not resemble what we have right now. In parts it will, because you'll still have certain structures that never change. But with the Four of Wands and the Knight of Wands, there's a whole lot of progression, believe it or not, between here and 70 years from now. Like a whole lot, like a world-changing lot. One of those, who was that? Brendan Fraser was the caveman, and he came back and the world was what it is, the skyscrapers and airplanes. It'll be something like that. It is not going to be a bad thing, though, with the Ace of Cups. We are going to move into a better time 70 years from now.
50 years from now or 70?
I went 70. 70 years from now.
Okay, end of the century. Great.
Perspective
Awesome.
speaking.
Awesome. Totally great.
So that's what I get.
Anybody else?
I get good news. Yeah, you can live longer if you're an old man and you got the money. But the problem is your family may try to block you because they're fighting for that money too. But I get all this like money. I expected to see cups because they're more medical cards for me. But it's like, you got the money, you got the money, you got the money here in America. It's like, yeah, you can have a different perspective about things and, yeah, sort of refuse death, so to speak. But there is health wise, there is support for extending your life. You just got to have the money.
Yeah. Becca, do you have something?
No. It's simple. No.
Okay. Sheila?
Well, that was short and sweet. We can all go home now.
and hurry up with whatever you were doing, because
Right.
you're not getting extra time.
Well, I did get a victory, meaning that they do come up with something. However, the burden and the responsibility came in. Like, this is a huge responsibility and a burden for those who have come up with the technology. And then it says suffering. It doesn't work out very well. I also got the Four of Pentacles is holding on to something and being stingy. Holding on to something and being stingy. And it's almost like the strength and the compassion overturns the victory of I can make your body, and we go into some serious evil thought patterns of trying to make our human bodies last a long time. And here's one thing that came out was the king of wands. Now, as the King of Wands talks about that born leader, what becomes more dominant, the arrogance of I can live longer, or does spirituality kind of kick in? And when I picked up this card, it was like spirituality kind of kicked in. And it's like, we're not meant to be down here for years and years and years and years and years. On the other side, we come down for reasons, we come down for tests, we come down for learning this, that, and the other. The other side says, you're not going to get away with not learning anything. We need you back so that we can do this again. Now, whoever, if you believe in reincarnation or coming down and doing spiritual things, it was like a battle between the technology that we can come up with, which they do, and the breakdown of spirituality. It's almost like the spirit says, I have to go back and then come back down. So whatever your body's left with, you have no idea who's jumping in and out of that body. As a theory. It doesn't make much sense to me, but that was what I kind of got.
Okay. I'm definitely getting the sorry, I'm looking for a card quickly. I'm definitely getting some of the yes, the people who have more money will be able to do more. It won't be widespread that absolutely everybody can live well. There's got to be a Three of Cups in here somewhere. There should. I know. Really? No Three of Cups. Okay. When my oldest sister, she got a heart arrhythmia, and so, oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. The Three of Cups. Thank you. Well, I'll just use Johnny's here. I was worried about her because she was going in for a procedure to try to fix it, and I was worried. So I said, pulled 3 cards. What's going to happen to her? I'm really worried. And what I got was Ten of Swords, then the Three of Swords, and then the Three of Cups. And I was like, huh? They went in, went up to her heart, zapped her heart, and then she was fine. So that made me think of this with this card here. Thank you, Johnny. What I have is they are spending vast amounts of money and effort. And if you think that these billionaire yahoos are spending money to go to space, believe me, they want to live for a very, very, very long time. And they're trying all kind of different things, but there are a lot of there are a lot of potentially promising things, lengthening telomeres. I think that it's probably the wrong word, but nascence, where it's dying cells and being able to clear those quickly from your body, so there's less damage caused. But I'm getting gene therapy. I'm getting telomeres. I'm getting a lot of different things that then you become you become more youthful. You're the youth of the procedure. You're a procedural youth. So I do think things are coming. For what it is worth, I have had dreams about I've had dreams set in the far future for most of my life, and they were some are on other planets, and some are in ships in deep space, and there are some not very nice things about it that keep cropping up, but very long-lived people, very long-lived. So what I'm getting is there are going to be advances. There are going to be big advances. However, it's not going to be for everyone until maybe next century or beyond.
We do need to move past the taboo of experimentation as well. And that would aid in the things that we can create and the things that we can actually do, is if we're actually allowed to experiment. And yes, the CRISPR is a moral dilemma and things of that nature. I get it, but if you want advancement, sometimes you got to push the button. So,
and someone on this earth is going to do those. Is going to do all kind of testing. Somebody in some lab somewhere, I guarantee you, is doing testing we do not want to know about. And I'm not saying they should
come up with something, then everybody's going to want it. It's like, oh, that will, just like when Christopher Reeves was pushing for the stem cells, because they said they can get him walking again, basically, with this type of procedure. And of course he couldn't get it and blah, blah, blah. But I guarantee you, if he would have got up out of that chair, everybody in the world would have been in a line trying to get it.
Yep.
Stem cell or no.
Yep. All right. So the next question is sort of related. T. Jones was asking, with all the advances in AI, will we have merged with AI, or basically be some form of Borg? Basically, not that extreme. How much are we going to take on computers, mechanical things, implants?
I mean, pacemakers in artificial limbs are kind of that way now, where you have, mechanical legs, and now your heart beats by a machine, or it belonged to a pig or something of that nature. So it's,
right. And how much are we going to physically merge with technology? I mean, the main thing I think is stopping a lot of people from doing stuff like that now is simply that technology is turning over so quickly that you don't want to implant something even in your arm if you're going to have it taken out to put the new version in.
Stand in line to Best Buy for your upgrades.
Right.
I got the Page of Wands and the Magician. So yes, this is a lot of manipulation, a lot of power, talent, skill that goes behind this. There will be a lot of advancements, a lot of messages about advancements. This is going to be highly publicized, which means it's going to be a big deal. Probably a lot of money into it. A lot of politics are into it if it's going to be that big of a deal. So this is going to be a wave of the future. Not something that's short-lived, though. With the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, there is now a rush to privatization of such a thing. So we can create, a cyber body and whatever the case may, or Iron Man type thing, to where we can keep you alive and whatever. But there's a privatization of that, which means there's going to, like I said, politics, money, insurance, that type of thing. This is going to be held by world leaders. I get the Emperor and the Sun. There's also the Knight of Wands. So there's a lot of progression on this. And this is going to be around for a while. So as far as how much, I think a lot, because this is involving the government and big money.
So what? So you're thinking maybe? Are you thinking small implants? Are you thinking you're thinking more the whole like body suits?
I'm thinking like half your body could be mechanical.
Ah, okay.
As long as we can attach your vital organs to something that beeps by a button, I think so.
There is. I have read studies that they think that the human brain could easily live 200 years. It's the circulation system that's the problem.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Anyone? Becca, how about you? Oh, sorry, Jen.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Becca.
I get that there's creative ventures right now that is perhaps investigating ways to repair parts of the body that may be damaged, or looking forward to, okay, so how do we repair this part? Perhaps for diseases that deteriorate the body over time. So perhaps Alzheimer's and stuff like that, deteriorative diseases and circulatory issues within the body, but it's growing. So it's like the technology itself, it's going towards, it continues to grow the more that they investigate. But what I'm getting, if I'm interpreting this correctly, it's looking at health issues that have to do with deterioration, any type of deterioration in the body. So genetic disorders that deteriorate, things like Alzheimer's, stuff like that, and circulatory issues within the body. So that's what I get.
Fantastic.
I get again, it's that moneyed man though that has the easier transition, like he has more options for healing. But there will be a lot of ongoing research going on, a lot of contracts that are coming up again for the more greedy, and everything gets stronger. And it's coming from the burden of the donors, like there's not enough donors for body parts anymore, so it's putting pressure on them. I know they've got an artificial bionic kidney already they're using in Europe. My brother-in-law's brother lived for about 4 months on an artificial heart outside his body while he was waiting for a donor, so there's already a lot of technology that's going to move quickly. But I get, like, especially, the support functions here with the Three of Cups, the support body functions, but in abundance, big time.
Aren't they already doing experiments where they're trying to 3D print organs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, it's crazy. It's crazy what they're able to do. 3D print an organ. Like, that's insane.
Miss Sheila?
Hey, I actually got mystery. I think they already have it. I get mystery and secret. I think somebody already has the thing. And I also have the new adventure and then the conflict. You see, the reason why they haven't brought it out to the public is because of the conflict, of the morality of it. Now, I asked if they were going to bring this, if this is already existing, how are they going to market it to the world? I got the world. I often wondered how the old profession was going to be put out of business. I got the if you have a sexual orientation, a robot's the way to go. That is the oldest profession and how it gets put out of business, because I have an expansion. I have a stalemate. People are like, okay, we can get on board with that, right? We can get on board with that, because then we put them out of business.
Wait. Porn is going to save us.
Huh?
Porn is going to save us.
I don't know about that, but it was like the weirdest rule. It's like, here is the Queen of Wands, that woman, that sexual woman. I thought, no. And then I got the Three of Wands, that success. Like, where would they market this? That would be the first thing. I get the stalemate, where people, the Two of Swords, decisions. Well, I don't want it to be out in mainstream, but I'm okay with you guys doing that with a robot, right? It's like this seems to be a place where it would be acceptable in our society, because only the wealthy, the people who that have the luxury, it'll be a luxury to do this. It'll be a fashion to do this. And that's what I got with the money as well, because the money has come in also with everybody else's. I just forgot to say it, but yeah, the money, the wealthy are the ones that are going to enjoy the weird, strange, and unusual until. So
Hey, if we could look back into look over the last 20, 30 years, let's face it, that part of the internet has kept the internet going at times. We don't want to, let's just face facts. All right. Johnny, did you go?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So everybody's gone?
Yes.
All right, I didn't miss anybody. Okay, good. Again, I'm with you with the rich, but there's so much coming, and there's so much money being poured into it, and as wealthy people age and they see the possibility of extending their lives, they are just pouring money. They are going for that dream. They're, you know, I don't judgment. Heck with that. Here's all of my money. Here, take my money and research it and do the thing. And ethics, what are those? There are going to be some people who are just like that, and they shouldn't be, but they are. So the sense I'm getting is that over the next 50 years, medical advancements with technological advances, it's just exponential is what I'm getting. So
I think technology is the key to unlocking medicine. I mean, you started with a pestle and mortar, but that was something you needed to do to grind up herbs. It's like you had a idea that this thing, when I smash it up with other things, will cure this or fix that or treat that. And so, you know, it just, now we don't, well, not all of us have given up the pestle and mortar, but now you don't need it. Now you got blenders and chopping this and chopping that. Now you don't even need to do that. Just click one button on Amazon and they'll mail it to you already chopped up. So yeah.
Look at the scientists, the advances because of the internet and being able to look at people's DNA. And now you can go on Ancestor and see everybody you match with, you know, or an FBI file. They could see, you know, find people through DNA and stuff. So it's amazing what the internet has provided the scientists tools to where everything was manual and handwritten out for years in their little scientific journals.
Yeah. And now your findings can be around the world in 10 seconds instead of, you know, by courier and all of this. So
yeah,
courier pigeon.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Let's talk about some equality. Gary Jean and Jess R had some questions. Gary Jean was asking, will society progress to equality for all? And Jess R was saying, will we have equality among genders, race, ethnicity, etc.? Well, we weren't getting full economic equality. That was for certain. I think the readings we've done here have said there will still be the wealthy and the poor, but hopefully it could be better. But will we get certainly equality for race and gender rebels and all the good people?
Yes. It ends in strength, so I'll go straight to the end. It'll end in strength. It starts with the Ace of Cups and the King of Wands. This is going to happen not necessarily even by choice. It's kind of like you don't really have a choice in avoiding equality. It'll come at some point, and it'll sort of, well, it's coming now. I mean, if you think about the United States, it's becoming less and less one race. It's like it's going to be a minority in the majority in about 20 years, they say. So I do get the Devil and the Ace of Wands. There will always be just for the horrible part of the reading, there will always be the devil aspect. There will always be horrible people to want to push back and defend against progress, because why not? But yes, the Knight of Cups is here, and the Lovers, the majority will always be in control of the countries, whatever country you're in. And the majority of the people on Earth are progressive, believe it or not. The majority of the powerful are not, which is kind of why we don't see a lot of that progression, because we're not looking for it half the time, because all the news shows us is the bad news. But just look at the screen. That's all you have to do. There is a whole different diaspora going on just in these 5 people. So yes, the world is headed for progression, and you can't really stop it. It's kind of destined to be.
Okay. Becca, what you get?
I get yes. Here in the U.S., the problem comes in foreign governments. So we can change here. We can't force everybody else everywhere else to change. So that's what I get.
But you see things improving in the U.S.?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm getting something very similar, Becca, because I get like job opportunities in the U.S. They're just disgusted with it, and moving forward, the bullies will be more isolated. But I get, internationally, it's still a fight, and especially in impoverished countries, change is very slow because they stick to the old way of doing things. They're kind of trapped in their mindset. They cling to, all their greed and corruption and taking advantage of people. But, there is this feminine energy moving in on the masculine energy that people start to work together more. There'll be more actions taken overseas, but it's a slow process to learn and grow. There's an opportunity to grow. I just think it'll be like, especially in third world countries, it'll be a problem.
Third world countries, or countries that are very theocratic and autocratic.
Yeah, autocratic, and
like
patriarchal,
autocratic, theocratic. It's those institutions have longevity. So good luck. It's okay here. Over there, it's kind of like,
I'll be right back, guys.
Sure. Miss Sheila?
Yeah, I also got transformation. Right off the bat was transformation out of that. So the end of an old era. I also have balance will be temperance. I got balance being brought back into the situation. I also have the 10 of Wands because of hard work. We're just going to work really hard at it. I also have the Knight of Wands, where that charming, that adventure, it's almost like we get to a point where equality just looks better. We want it. It looks wonderful. We feel better with it. And we also had the victory and the progress. So I got the Chariot as well. So I do think that it does come. I hope it comes sooner than later. You know how it is with time frames. We really don't know. But the transformation is in progress, I think. It really, really is in progress. And that proves to me, because of the Chariot, it's in progress. We're moving forward as we speak. So
good. I've got I've got ultimately balance, and laws helping to bring the balance. Of course, the far right has their, they when in danger and doubt, run in circles, scream and shout, or go on Fox News. Yeah, but there's temperance right here. And there's working together, and these yahoos being on the defensive. So it's there are always going to be some people who are like, no, but this is where the arc of history is moving. It really is. So good.
I don't think you could really stop. I mean, you can stop progress, yes. Even in dogmatic, theocratic nations, eventually you are going to have to, you're going to be forced to, I'm going to say it that way, progress. I know it seems slow because we have been thousands of years with people still, not people in general, women still being property or second-class citizens, where they have to shield themselves from head to toe because God forbid somebody sees what you look like. But I don't think that that's something you can do forever. There has to be a balance to life, and That will end one day, I guarantee you.
Good. Well, I think we're moving toward in the right direction, and I'm glad to see it. All right, let's move on to a couple of really good questions. We will. I only have a few questions left, so if anybody needs to go, I understand. Top of the hour's about 5 minutes away, but I've only got a couple more questions. So if you need to go, I understand. Otherwise, of course, you're welcome to stay. And I'm so grateful you're here. So thank you, and thank you everybody in the chat and for all your super chats. I am incredibly grateful. So, all right, then the next question. Don Mousy was asking, what will the coastlines look like in the U.S.?
Oh, God.
Basically, is there going to be, in 50 years, is there going to be a South Florida? Lori, turn the, I know Lori's watching from the Way of Positive Change. Just turn it off now, dear. Just.
We have plenty of room in the middle of the country for her.
Yes.
Just
Yes,
come on.
that's true.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
What will the coastline of the U.S. look like? Did you hear Jen Lynn?
I just did, yes.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Somebody knocked on my door.
No, you do what you need to do.
Mine too. I don't answer the door. I'm not a very social person, though. And Temperance and the Eight of Swords, there will be some level rising naturally. There will be there's a lot of erosion, a lot of hurricanes, a lot of damage. I'll just throw that out there, because the Five of Wands equals with the Eight of Wands equals combative winds, something quick, hurricanes. And then you get the Temperance. Temperance for me sometimes shows up as weather. And then the Eight of Swords, it will be definitely around the southern part of the United States. I'll say it that way. The Four of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, and the Chariot. There are some places that will hold and can hold and does have a good progressive infrastructure plan. So they'll be fine. But this is going to be, with the Six of Wands, this is going to be rough and tough, because the problem comes in with the Seven of Pentacles. We have been sitting on this and sitting on this and sitting on this, like nobody has told you what is going to happen. They've already said it. They said it here in this century. So when you get 50 years from now and you're like, oh my God, where was the warning? It was always there. So it's not going to be cute, but what are we going to do? Forewarned is forearmed. So you fix it now, and then 50 years from now, you might be okay. Or you can keep sitting on it and hope for the best. Hope is not a strategy, as they say.
Yeah. Miss Becca, are you still with us?
I get that there's losses there. So either you are unable to access them. This here, anchor, is like ports. Okay. So there may be something in the ports where there's a lot of finance and business going on there, perhaps food that's coming in, trade, but there's problems accessing them, accessing ports, coastlines. I don't know.
Miss Sheila, what are you getting?
Wow. Okay. So I got it on the Four of Cups, apathy with victory. We're still dealing with the deniers. Deny. Apathy with the victory. We just cannot get to that point. But what we do have over here is that that Ace of Pentacles, the gift, but we have the moon with it. It's like it's almost like the scientists offer up, here's an idea, but we have the moon, meaning that it doesn't get off the ground. We also have the Ace of Cups, and then we also have the Page of Wands, that spark. You know why we have the spark all of a sudden? It's because fast movement with the Queen of Pentacles, fast movement of the earth. The earth is leaving in a quickness. The ground, the earth, is leaving in a quickness. All of a sudden now, And all of a sudden now everybody's going, whoa, 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 because they're being affected by it. So I do see we lose ground. I do see, not just in Florida, but also on that whole eastern coast. I don't know why, but that whole eastern coast starts being affected. I think Florida does get hit the worst, and I think the erosion is actually currently happening. So that's what I got.
Miss Jenlin?
I get that science has the wisdom to get the message out there, to get people to move away. But a lot of people just don't accept it still. But I get like an abundance of water pulled by the moon, the tides, forces of nature coming in with the sword. So wind, this is wind. So hurricanes, that type of thing. That manipulates it and changes. Yes, and there'll be more. I get more islands and more having to retreat from the coast.
Hotter the water, the stronger the storm.
Yeah. Lisa Bennett was saying Disney will become Disney Underwater World. I try to look for the good, but my gosh, I'm having trouble.
Yeah.
The truth is not playing around, and it's coming swiftly. You had your chance. It's coming swiftly. If you chose not to listen, tough. Not good. Matter of fact, I've got, we could throw a little money at it. Well, we don't want to throw that much money at it. And then the magician shows up and he's like, look, the water is going from here to here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to get, big government is going to have to step in to help people who are stressed. The Army Corps of Engineers is going to be, quadrupled in size. I wish I had better cards on this, but the cards on this are just bad.
Well, see, here's the thing. It's
everybody.
like Jen said, science has an answer. You just need to stop having conversations with people who say it doesn't exist. Just because they have something to say does not mean you need to listen to what they have to say. Because if you're going to say it doesn't exist, we can't have a conversation. You can't be in the room. Go find the flat earth room down the street and talk to them. We're over here trying to solve actual problems. You're over there trying to write Aesop's fables too. So I can't have a conversation with you no more.
Yeah, but don't go too far down the road. You'll fall off. Anyway.
Yeah. Which I never understood.
I've always said that too. We have to have a different conversation. We have to have a different way of explaining it. This global warming or whatever really, really tanked the idea. So I agree with that.
Here's a really good question from Kat. Will there be a cure for cancer?
Oh God.
50 years.
I have to tell you, the moment you said that, I got this information where it's not cancer we need to focus on. It is the emotional health of people is the focus, and that's where the cancer will start diminishing. So that's what I got right off the bat.
Well, good. Okay, I like it. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. Thank you.
Wow, Karen has got you.
Yes, thank you, Karen. Thank you. Anybody?
I'll just say yes, and I'll leave it at that.
I'm intrigued. I will respect your boundaries, but I am intrigued.
I just think there's already. Then mind you, wait a minute before I open my trap. Okay, I'm not a doctor, and what I am about to say is my opinion based upon my tarot cards and my reading of my tarot cards. This is not medical advice.
No, do not take medical advice or financial advice from anybody on YouTube.
Thank you.
Do not ever get ideas and then go take it to the people who have the little frame,
Yes.
the little
Who
frame
went to school for
pieces
such
of
a thing.
paper on their wall. We do not. I have a picture of Chicago from the World's Fair. Do not take medical or financial advice. Go ahead.
And I'm not an MD, a medical doctor. That's who you go take your advice from. This, I believe, just in my opinion, again, YouTube, there is already a cure for cancer. I believe that. What I do also believe is that it is wrapped up in money, greed, and bureaucracy. Because you cannot make money on healthy people. You make money by treating sick people. You also do not make money on dead people. Somebody else does that. But they can only make that money one time. They put you in the ground, it's done, it's over. So you have to keep a person sort of half alive, but needing you at the same time. So I think that there is a cure for pretty much anything and everything. But because I get the Star and the Ten of Cups. So yes, there's a cure. Yes, there will be a cure. Yes. Now, mind you, there's different forms of cancer and blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like the common cold. They come from all different directions. But I believe that there is a cure to tackling the damaging of cells in the human body, i.e. cancer. I just believe that it is wrapped up in bureaucracy and politics and money.
I should have clarified the question. Will there be a cure for cancer for people?
Yes.
Okay.
Ten
So
of
you think
Cups.
it'll come out of the shadows?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take it. Miss Sheila.
I actually I got the fantasy and opportunity, the Seven of Cups, that fantasy and opportunity and the sunshine. So the fantasy and the opportunity is, I think, is what Johnny's opinion was that the fantasy and the opportunity is already the fantasy, like it's hidden away. We already know what the deal is, and it hasn't been brought to to light. Now, I am of the books and the theory, and this is completely me as well, of feelings buried alive never die, and they terrorize your body constantly, and they cause a lot of pain and suffering inside. So it talks about that breakthrough, truth, and victory, and releasing the baggage. So I was impressed that my cards got where it was, releasing the baggage. The healthier mentally, emotionally we are as a society will absolutely take down the cancer. It's worthwhile. I am not a doctor either, because I cannot explain to you why a happy-go-lucky, wonderful person also gets cancer. However, 9 times out of 10, the people that I know, they've suffered either something in their past, they haven't let it go, they're angry, they have resentments. All of that stuff, I think, weighs on the body. Like I said, I am not a doctor either. However, I do believe in the power of cleaning up your side of the street. I do believe in the power of getting rid of your resentments. Do not be an angry person. It just keeps your body mentally healthy and everything like that. So that's my thing on it. I think that we just need to be emotionally and mentally healthier as a society in order to combat the problems that the body has. So that's what I got.
Okay. Jenlyn, what have you got?
I get we've already secured it too. But I get that for the average Joe Schmo, our average person that doesn't have all the money and everything to do it, we're gonna start seeing it first in changes in how they do surgery. So less surgery. They'll start transitioning away from that and victory on that. So like a lot of the surgeries won't be necessary because they'll have other things that attack the cancer. But I get celebration. They already got it, but it's for the wealthy.
Oh, wow. Miss Becca?
I get yes. However, it becomes an ethical issue. Perhaps it has something to do with something that's being manipulated or researched. that's causing a lot of confusion and problems with it. So I don't know if this is stem cell research or some other type of research that people paint as an ethical issue. They're ripping babies out of women. It's ethical. Do you see what I'm saying? But it's the research itself is not well understood, and it's being manipulated in a way that makes it an ethical issue. Yes, but it takes time once this is cleared up.
So it could be CRISPR, the gene editing.
Yeah.
That'd be it.
Mm-hmm.
I got it doesn't even matter what the cards say. I just got a big yes. It was like, oh, okay. And there's hope, and it's just a big yes. And eventually the people who don't have a huge amount of money will also be able to get whatever this procedure is. Moving on. Thank you very much. Great to meet you. Thank you for your help walking out the door. So I am happy to hear that.
Maybe that also sort of gives rise to a public health care option too, since anybody and everybody may be able to get it.
Yes, that would be pretty awesome. If you wouldn't mind, I just want to sneak one quick thing, one card, just one card, if you wouldn't mind. You and I, we all have a sense of energy or guides or spirituality or collective energy or divine energy, or all of this energy that's on the spiritual stuff that we are interacting with. In 50 years, will they finally have ways to detect that?
That is the burning question always in my mind. When will you be able to see past your microscope?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Yes.
I was reading the Tarot Apprentice. I Googled my symptoms and I found out that I have been dead for 2 weeks. Ghost or zombie, not sure.
I get a big old yes, and it's interesting because I have the High Priestess on the bottom, the psychic that has the wisdom, the knowledge. I get strength on that big yes, one card.
Miss Sheila, question is, will they come up with ways to detect that this spiritual energy we're dealing with? Sorry, go ahead, Johnny.
I get yes. This is my card for time and also technology. So yes.
Miss Becca?
What's that?
Did you pull a card?
Well, I pulled 3 because Lenny's don't work one.
Okay, no, that's whatever works. I just wanted to save time.
It's a matter of opinion. I don't get that they're going to have technology to detect celestial beings. It's a matter of your perception. So, no.
Okay, fair enough. Miss Sheila, were you able to pull a card?
Actually, I pulled the Fool, which was like leap of faith. It's almost like, can they prove it? We have to have faith that it's there first before they can get to the point where they can get to the technology to do that. So we're still at the beginning of the Fool, of trying to prove or look at, or even just believe that it's there. It's like the belief is our block. Our belief systems are our block at this point. So that's what I got.
I am getting I'm not getting a yes or a no on mechanical stuff. What I am getting is much more of an awareness. I don't know why I'm not getting an answer about that, but what I am getting is people in 50 years from now being much more careful about being much more open to wanting to know, like, if you are someone who is good with recognizing the energy, feeling the energy, people are going to want to hear what you have to say about this person that they're thinking about dating. They're going to want to know about it. You're not going to be, people are going to be more sensitive. Now, if they're more sensitive because there is a machine that can detect it, or if it's just they're being more open to the people who are maybe better at recognizing energy. But I always say that if you want to have these spiritual beliefs that I know I talk about, I'm not going to talk for anybody else, but my own spiritual beliefs, because I'm sending my energy out into other people's energy field. You realize quickly, we're living in glass houses. You can't be heinous when people can just walk it through into your energy field from a distance and be like, oh, gross. You can't hide. So I think there's going to be more of an understanding of that. So that's all I'm getting on that. But
I think that's still a yes, though. Because when you just explained that, if you have people who are more conscious of a thing, because it's harder to ignore something when it keeps happening. And so if you keep picking up on energy, you keep picking up on people on the other side, you keep predicting the future, then it's kind of hard to say, okay, this must be a fluke or this is a one-off or you just got lucky, because it keeps happening. No, it may not happen 100% of the time, but the fact that it happens 70% of the time is more than just luck. So I think that's a good sign too.
I'm excited about the future.
Mm-hmm.
I just am. I don't know if it's just, I don't know what it is, but I'm very excited.
Eternal optimism.
I do. And I think that the next 50 years are going to be amazing. And I say it, when I close every day, but there really are good days ahead. And there's a reason I put that graphic in the corner. The future is bright. I really believe that in my heart of hearts. So that's going to do it. Thank you guys so very much for being
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Already?
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that was.
Thank you for letting us celebrate with you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And everybody in the chat, it's above and beyond. And I am so grateful. So I'm so sorry. I'm not good at juggling. So I couldn't thank you individually as things came up, but I will be thanking people in comments and thank you. All right.
And
so
thank you to everyone that super chatted Autumn today for
Yes.
her birthday. Thank you so very much.
And remember, her book comes out December the 4th, but you can pre-order it right now on Amazon.
that's true.
You have it on Amazon?
Pre-order.
But
All
right, and Lori from Wave Positive Change, I like your thinking. She just said, and now cake. And if you were here, I would be happy to share cake.
I can make you some brownies and eat them for you.
There you go. Please do that. Please do that. I have a Cancer moon. I want you to have brownies. I want you, whatever cake you have, whatever comfort. Heike is like Cancer moon central. So
Love it.
Well,
Yeah.
here's to many more, Autumn. Thank you for being with us every day at noon.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. And I will certainly see you back here tomorrow because I'm here 365 days of the year. And we will go back to reading on icky people because we're good people and we're not letting them get away without us keeping an eye on them. That's how it is. All right, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.